This is Casual Smash Gauntlet, and I'm your host, Jesse Wadler. Joining me for episode 3 is Jarebear. Jarebear, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. Usually I wake up early for this type of day in a sense, but
Okay.
hopefully I do well. I'm not expecting myself to go far, but I'm just expecting to have a fun time.
Now, you're a Smash player through and through. I know you play Ultimate, and you said before that you were playing Smash 4. Is that your origin game? Is that where you started your Smash experience?
No, the origin would be Brawl specifically. My uncle was the person that brought me into Smash, and so it just took years of just playing different characters and finding something that I like. Starting with Meta Knight, funny enough, and then I could get into the different characters, but I don't want to take up too much time.
That's all right. So Meta Knight was your main in Brawl, you said, right?
I switched from Meta Knight to Ike, which is sort of funny considering about how Meta Knight was probably the best character in the game. So
yeah. And then Meta Knight falls off. Next game comes out. Where do you go?
Next game, that would have been the 3DS. I chose Greninja. Then when the Wii U came out, that's where I started picking up Little Mac with a little bit of Zelda, a little bit of Bowser Jr., just having fun.
Yeah.
That's
similar story. I mean, when Smash 4, I consider like the Wii U and the 3DS version the same game.
I only... Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So like for me, Little Mac was the character I jumped right on when that game came out. He was so fun to play.
Yeah. The smash attacks, the recovery was painful, but when he started going, he went going. Right?
It was just 0 to death on both sides.
Yeah. I've only considered them separate only because of the different characters that I played, because when I got into the Wii U, I started dropping Greninja. Okay. So it's one of those things where I just separate the two just to make things easier than just saying, I played this character and then this character, there's a reason behind it. I just could not have the same feeling as how I had Greninja on the 3DS as for Greninja on the Wii U.
Fair. And so then Smash Ultimate comes out. It's the greatest experience most Smash players would say outside of Melee players. How do you go from there? What's new for your character choices?
Well, it started off with Little Mac. I didn't have the Switch at the time, but I had a few friends that did, so I played with them. Then it started becoming to where I became too good against them, and it became not as fun for reasons that I could say,
sure,
but I probably shouldn't. After that, I went to Bowser and Ryu, then Terry came out and started playing him. Got too good for him, and then when I stopped playing with him, things went downhill for him. It's just pick up different characters, but I've always seemed to lean back to Bowser, and when I found that, okay, Bowser's my main, I stuck with him and found more characters that I enjoyed playing.
And so Smash Ultimate really gives us the true Smash experience online. I know it's not the best because you got, toxic players and flamers and all that, but Smash Online, do you play in Elite Smash? Do you have any characters in Elite Smash, or are you getting any characters towards it?
No. I'm not. Online is just a different playing field entirely. It's just different. Like, you have to worry about with the Wi-Fi, you have to worry about what type of player the person is, then you have to figure out on what they're mostly doing so you can counter them in that way. It's just an entirely different playing field than just playing locally or just playing against other people.
Sure. So. But at least I know you've been in online tournaments. Have you been in physical local tournaments as well?
Yeah, there's Smash tournaments which happens at my college every other Monday. I try and join them, but it doesn't mean I do well. There's some characters that I struggle with, mostly because I just don't see them enough. So,
and I mean, online, I've had the opportunity to play against you. I think you're a solid player. You know, I like your Bowser. He's definitely developed in the last year that I've witnessed you playing him. You play a lot with on the JWoods Pro tournaments.
Yeah.
How'd those go for you?
Those either do well or not well. It depends on quite a bit of things, such as luck when it comes down to, okay, what letter am I going to get? T, that's Toon Link and Terry. W, back to T.
His tournaments definitely have a wide range of rules.
There's a wide variety.
But I mean, you top 8'd at the last tournament. So
yeah.
How was that experience for you?
There were some ups, there were some downs. I mean, the battle against Robin wasn't as fun because it was just me trying to go after Robin and Robin jumping from one platform to the other and vice versa. But then there was other matches that were fun, such as the King K. Rool versus Bowser. I think you can relate on that one.
I can.
I'm still surprised I at least got one match against you.
Yeah,
I didn't win, but
hey, you never know. You're such a good player. You never know how it's going to end up. Every match is, I'm sweating just to make sure that I can just hopefully hold you off. Because once you get cooking, you get cooking. That King K. Rool was pretty good on your part.
Yeah, sort of the reason why I chose him actually for this sort of bracket. Just I know it does well against your Bowser. I'm just hoping I get a similar thing going.
Well, we'll see. Now, Smash Ultimate, we were just talking about that. Bowser, King K. Rool, and the roster is just so expansive now. But then, Switch 2 announcement. There's rumors now about a new Smash game coming out. Have you heard any rumors? Are you excited about it?
Oh, I've heard about the rumors. Some of them is just one of those things where I don't really believe a lot of them, mostly because they say some things where it just doesn't make sense or doesn't add up. But I am interested in if they make another Smash game. If they don't, I understand Sakurai needs a break, but if they do, I'll be grateful.
And, I assume they're going to have to reinvent Smash because Smash Ultimate was so expansive, and roster changes are coming. So I'm going to ask you the hard question. If you had to remove one character from the Smash Ultimate roster and replace them with a new character who's never been in Smash Ultimate before, or any Smash game really, who would you remove? Who would you add?
You see, the removing part's more difficult, but to add is a lot easier.
Okay.
To add, it'd be something from like an indie game, more or less, like Bloodstained, so Miriam, for example, or Zangetsu. Indie games don't get a lot of love in those type of sense, so giving more representation to characters that are more niche would bring out more popularity, sort of like with how Roy brought more popularity to Fire Emblem.
True story.
Roy got into Smash before his game came out, and so when people saw Roy, they were interested of, hey, who's this character, where does he come from, and that sort of brought life into the game. As for someone to remove, there's a lot of characters where it's just like, why? Pichu. Pichu is an easy case of just saying no, but that's also too easy of a choice.
Sure. So
I could also say Min Min, and Min Min's also an easy choice considering not many people play ARMS characters, and if they do, I mean, not a lot of people are going against them.
No, especially
like Snake, it's also an easy choice considering he got taken out in Smash 4. There's options, but if I had to say one hot take, I would probably actually say Little Mac. I wouldn't mind if he went away. Even though it's I had a fun time playing with him, it's also just he's one of those characters where it's hard to actually figure out a balance because he's a grounded type character, but he's terrible in the air.
Sure.
And yet they haven't found that balance yet. If they took him away, I wouldn't be too upset, but I also know that it would hurt to actually say.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I mean, Little Mac would be a tough loss. Bringing Miriam in, though, I think is pretty awesome. I've played that game a lot. Bloodstained is an excellent game. And
yeah.
her moveset could be so diverse depending on the equipment you want to focus on. What were they, souls that you could utilize? I mean, you could do anything.
Yeah, she has the technique. So command inputs there. You have the shards. So mana, if you want to add that, if you want to try and balance things out, like how they did with Hero, just more like don't rely too heavily on your shards in a sense. She has technically 11 types of weapons, but 8 categories of which you can really choose from, such as the club, the sword, and then there's also the shield, which you can get with the 8 Bitcoin. Yep. There's the greatsword and the axe, there's the rapier, there's the whip, there's the firearm, there's the polearm.
It just goes on and on and on.
Yep.
So I think it would be an awesome addition. We didn't get Alucard, so if we're not getting Alucard, yeah, Miriam would be a good replacement.
Yeah, and then also it just brings indie representation, would bring more life into the game. I will bring one hot take. I don't want Waluigi as a playable character. I don't care how many people say. My main issue is, for one, I say that he's that's kind of what this would actually be robbed, considering he's a toy, which brought life into the series or video gaming in general. But he doesn't have his if I say not his own main series, it's well, what about Piranha Plant? What about Daisy? Sure. They technically are in main series, but they don't have their own main series. So he's not in a main series. He's in spin-off series, so Mario Kart, Mario Party. They are canon, but they don't really even though he's a popular character, he doesn't really have much of a standout besides that.
Right.
The second problem is just, I see him more as a cornerstone. So Mario and Luigi have a lot of similar things together, considering they were clones back in the day, and then later on their movesets were more diverse. Wario copies a bit of Mario's movesets, such as the down smash, neutral if you want to get technical.
But he's pretty diverse enough.
It's diverse, but I also just see Waluigi's just copying, doing a lot of similar things to what Wario does while trying to copy a few things from what Luigi does, and it just does not pique my interest in the slightest.
Especially if the roster shrinks, then you need more individuality than just same series, same character.
Yeah, it's just, he wouldn't be a bad character, but you're just bringing out extremes of what Luigi is, and then you're also trying to get some moves where it's just, okay, back air. Mario and Luigi have the same back air. He's probably going to have the same back air as Wario. So, it's just, I don't really like the idea of just bringing a character that's just going to be, okay, it's this character, but it's going to be a mashup between these three because that's how they are already. Just would not sit well.
You heard it here first. Jarebear is anti-Waluigi. So if he doesn't make it into the game, this is the reason. But with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's switch over to CSG. Casual Smash Gauntlet is going to be a crazy experience for you. Before we get into it though, let's go over the rules. Casual Smash Gauntlet is a series designed to wear you down as a player. It's not a you versus me situation, it's you versus the gauntlet. Each match will be 3 stocks, no spirits, items, or final smashes. Stages will be set to Omega or Battlefield. Time will be set to 10 minutes, but in the result of a timeout, the loser will be those with less stocks, more damage. The gauntlet will challenge you to fight every champion from 15 all the way to 1 with your team of 3 in the progression shown on the screen. Every stock matters, as a fall in this round could result in a loss in the next round. So, realistically, it's a 45 versus 9 in the house's favor. Will you overcome the gauntlet, or will you be crushed in the climb? I wish you the best of luck. All right, so there's the rules. What questions do you have?
Well, the only question which I had was yesterday's was just if you lose a stock within the first character and you won that with the second round, your stock would still just be 2 left stocks. I probably could word that better, but
I think that's good. Yeah, it's a war of attrition. So every stock you have matters. You know, you can't just go in and just try to wipe out that character. If you're at a high percent and you're still winning 3-1, you're playing like it's a last stock situation because you want to preserve that stock before it moves on to the next round. So war of attrition, it's going to be quite the experience for you. How far do you think you're going to get?
Honestly, taking a look at the list, I expect myself to go as far as Sephiroth.
Ooh, okay.
Just because Sephiroth is one of those characters which I struggle with. However, I could also, well, I did think that at worst, I probably would go as far as, who was the other character? Mewtwo.
Oh, okay.
But
all right. Well, I mean,
I'm not so sure on how far I'm going to go. Hopefully I learn a thing or two and just have a fun time.
Well, it's going to be difficult, and those are both deep characters into the roster. So I wish you well. I'm going to go ahead and reveal your team right here, and that's the team that's going to be challenging the gauntlet today. So before and without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. let's go ahead and get into the battle stats. In Jarebear's run, he took 14 stocks for the price of 9 stocks, with an efficiency percentage of 156%. His toughest opponent was Jigglypuff, who took 3 stocks, and his easiest opponent was Lucina, with just 1 stock lost. Jarebear's run ended on Mewtwo. His character stats are displayed here. And there we have it. The gauntlet conquers all. How you feeling, Jarebear?
Well, I didn't do as well as I thought, and well, I did exceed on that. I didn't do as well as I thought. I low-boated on the Mewtwo, and that's where it ended up.
Hey, but like I was saying, you never know how far you're going to go with this. It's a war of attrition. Your King K. Rool was doing well, then ran into a roadblock with Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
What about that matchup really got you on the hot seat?
I was more practicing with Richter than with King K. Rool, and also it's just one of those characters which you just don't normally go against. Also, it's a very lightweight, but also floaty and mostly aerial characters, and sort of goes against what I normally do. But it's one of those things where it's like you have to force the matchup, you have to figure out a way to go against it, and I just could not find a way.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of Little Mac. So Little Mac players tend to struggle against Puff, and Puff players tend to struggle against Little Mac. It's a weird dynamic because they're just polar opposite characters.
Yeah, it's just not one of those matchups which I really like. Same goes with Mewtwo, same goes with Sephiroth. It's just range or floatiness, and it's just something which you don't normally see. So
sure, and then your Bowser comes in, makes quick work of the Jigglypuff, though. You were totally comfortable with that Bowser matchup, it felt like.
Yeah.
Your up tilts were on point. Jigglypuff could not get in at all, ending that match pretty easily, I feel, for you.
Yeah, that one, as soon as Bowser came in, it's just comfort. I'm used to playing Bowser quite a bit, so something which I'm familiar with. I don't really know what else to say. It's just I like playing Bowser.
And then Bowser, you clear through Lucina pretty well there. You come across the Mewtwo, and there's the fall at the end. What happened there?
Yeah, just panic, I think. Air dodged at the wrong time, forgot I didn't have a jump, and was just too low to recover. If I mashed the up B, where I just pressed the button and mashed it afterwards, instead of mashing through the entire thing, I probably could have a little bit more height. I'm not sure if that would have been enough, though. It's just one of those things where it's just an eye for an eye, I guess.
Yeah, I think you saw that with the young Link right at the edge there. You edge guarded young Link right off the bat. It was like 27% or something. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
And you took the first.
I was not expecting to get that down special to work like that. I know it's possible, but it's just very difficult. You're too close to the edge, and it just acts as normal. Too far, and it just flies off.
Yeah, and yet here you are. It's now in infamy. It's on the internet forever, proving you did it. So, well done on that. What was the matchup that caught you off guard, or a character that you expected to go a certain way and you either cleared through it wicked easily or, ran to a wall that you didn't expect to?
Honestly, if I didn't SD with the Bowser, I would have been surprised if I actually 3-stocked him. But I also thought I would have done better against the Byleth. That was one of those matches where it's like, okay, I have the range, and yet it didn't go out as well as I hoped, but sure. I still won, so. You
did win. And you cleared through, you were onto Mewtwo, so what is that? That's pretty impressive. That's 5 characters deep, so 15 stocks to 9. That's not bad at all. So
yeah.
Well done. Do you have any closing remarks that you'd like to put out there as someone who's competed in the gauntlet? Any encouraging words for the next competitors?
If I had to say anything, it's just go with what you're comfortable with and do what you think feels right. If you see something that Jesse's doing that you see you can exploit, then try and exploit it. Other than that, it's just do your best and have fun. Don't worry about how well you do. Just have fun, in a sense.
There you have it. Excellent words of wisdom from Jarebear. Wouldn't want anything less. So this has been Casual Smash Gauntlet. I wish you luck in the next stream. Goodbye.